Good evening and welcome to Ignite News on 6 at 6. It's Thursday, May 15th, 2025. I'm Rihanna Nikram. Thanks for joining us. Here are the highlights. In the past 24 hours, the Guyana Defense Force has reported 3 attacks by armed men in civilian clothing from the Venezuelan side of the Guyana River near Ettringbang. The village of Malali in Region 10 is undergoing major transformation thanks to funding from Guyana's Low Carbon Development Strategy 2030. The Ministry of Human Services is partnered with Legal Affairs and the Judiciary to establish a mental health court aimed at supporting individuals with mental health challenges in the justice system. And 2 of Guyana's oldest citizens were honored in Berbice this week as part of the 187th anniversary of the arrival of East Indians to British Guyana. Within the past 24 hours, the Guyana Defense Force GDF has reported 3 separate attacks by armed men in civilian clothing, coming from the Venezuelan side of the Guyana River between Ettringbang and Macapa. According to GDF, troops responded in a measured manner during each confrontation, and no rank sustained any injuries. The force says it remains committed to safeguarding Guyana's territorial integrity and will continue regular patrols along the river. This incident follows a February attack that left 6 soldiers injured and a March 1st naval incursion into Guyana's exclusive economic zone, where Venezuela falsely claimed that vessels, including an ExxonMobil FPSO, were in disputed international waters. That move drew strong condemnation from Guyana and the international community. The latest incident comes just days before Venezuela's declared intention to hold elections in the Essequibo region on May 25th. 1 day before Guyana's independence. However, residents and regional leaders confirm no preparations are underway. Home Affairs Minister Robeson Ben has warned that anyone participating in such activities organized by Venezuela will be charged with treason. The border controversy remains before the International Court of Justice, which has ordered Venezuela to halt any election plans in the Essequibo region until a final ruling is made. Guyana maintains that the boundary was definitively settled by the 1899 Arbitral Award. Guyana has officially launched a national mental health website and a suicide prevention hotline, key tools in a broader effort to improve access to mental health support across the country. The new platform, www.mentalhealth.gov.gy, and the 915 hotline were unveiled yesterday by Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony, who said the initiative marks a major step forward in tackling stigma and saving lives.
Mental health is one of the challenges that we have in our country and has been one of the areas that have often been neglected. We don't pay too much attention to mental health until it starts affecting us. And many years ago, Guyana has been known to have lots of cases of suicide and lots of challenges with mental health. But because of dedicated efforts, we have started to turn that around.
Dr. Anthony commended the ministry's mental health team and emphasized that many challenges still lie ahead, especially when it comes to early diagnosis, access to support services, and building a reliable safety net.
You can see that over the last couple of years, that indeed we are changing the outlook for mental health. When we look at mental health, and perhaps suicide prevention as a subset of the issues relating to mental health, it is a big problem globally. And in fact, statistics from the WHO would show that every year, close to 800,000 persons would die from suicide.
He stressed the urgent need for better education around stressors like anxiety, depression, and loneliness, which remain key risk factors for suicide, particularly in a society where in-person interaction is rapidly declining. The minister also highlighted how stigma, low self-esteem, and lack of social support continue to impact those struggling with mental health, especially persons living with disabilities. As Guyana marks this milestone, Dr. Anthony urged citizens to be more aware, compassionate, and proactive in supporting mental wellness across the country. The Ministry of Human Services and Social Security is helping to shape the next generation of community leaders through its Young Influencers program. The initiative is designed to empower young people to become role models by equipping them with vital skills like public speaking, community outreach, and the understanding of social issues. Participants are trained to play an active role in addressing social ills through community projects and peer engagement. Here's what some of the participants had to say.
I'm a part of the current batch of Young Influence, the 2024-2025 cohort. The main goal or the main aim for this is to have more young people engage into community outreaches and to be a part of ministry initiatives. It is there to collaborate with young people from across the country and give them opportunity to be a part of important initiatives and allow them to have a voice.
I believe as a young influencer, it has helped me so much, especially in terms of confidence. I've learned to speak up boldly, standing in what I believed in, and put myself out there, especially in uncomfortable situations.
The Young Influencers program continues to provide a platform for youth to make meaningful contributions and inspire change in their communities. It also leverages the influence of young people to encourage positive change within their communities. We'll be right back with more Ignite News after these messages. Please stay with us.
We're for the brave, for tenacity. Here's to the up and at 'em types. We're for the crafters, the drafters, and the ones who clean up after. Here's to the dream makers and the risk takers, because we know what it takes. From mobility to high-speed internet to technology that makes it easy for your business. We're for brave, we're for business, and we're in this together. Bravo.
You're watching Ignite News. Thanks for staying with us. The scenic village of Malali, nestled quietly in the mining tongue of Linden, Region 10, is experiencing a wave of transformation thanks to funding from Guyana's Low Carbon Development Strategy 2030. In 2023, Malali received its first payment of $15 million from the landmark carbon credit sales. Since then, the small logging community has invested in several key projects aimed at improving the lives of its 217 residents. Among the developments, the construction of the first sanitary facility at the primary school, renovation of the village office, a new sports ground, and internet access, a first for the community. 2 pontoons were also acquired to improve transportation across the river. With these achievements already in place, Malali is looking ahead with plans for even more development under the LCDS framework.
We would have been elected as a new council in May last year, the 23rd, but to date, the allocation for 2024 would have been $15 million for the village. Recently, we would have been approved of over $10 million to do several projects that we have already estimated and planned.
Other plans include agricultural sustainability and improved housing.
Seeing that we are still reliant on logging mainly in the village, we still would like to use this opportunity to improve how we do logging at present, whereby we have considered having a sawmill, and the goal is to have finished product in terms of these housing materials, of which most of it we still purchase from Linden. It will definitely improve economical gain for the person that is doing the log. It would put us in a position where they benefit more out of it. One of our main goal in it also is to give them the best possible opportunity to improve housing within the village. This sawmill will definitely help to put us in this position.
The village's progress is a clear example of how funding from the Amerindian Development Fund is supporting socio-economic development through projects that enhance the quality of life in Amerindian communities across Guyana. A brand new $18.3 million office building for the number 64 to 74 Neighborhood Democratic Council in Region 6 was officially opened today. The facility was commissioned by local government and regional development minister Sonia Parag, who said the new building will provide staff with a more comfortable and efficient work environment. However, she urged NDC officials not to stay behind desks, but to remain visible and engage with residents through regular field work. Minister Parag also pointed to the government's ongoing investment in local democracy and community development. Annual subventions for NDCs have increased significantly, from $5 million to $30 million. Municipalities now receive $50 million, up from $18 million. In addition to financial support, the government is equipping NDCs with vital tools and equipment, including excavators, fogging machines, and soon, compactor garbage trucks for every NDC. Firefighting pickups and auxiliary firefighter training have also been provided. Region 6 Chairman David Armagon commended the government's efforts, noting improved infrastructure and the NDC's growing role in maintaining public services and supporting community development. The Ministry of Human Services and Social Security is joining forces with the Ministry of Legal Affairs and the Judiciary to create a mental health court, a critical step in ensuring individuals facing mental health challenges receive appropriate support within the justice system. Minister Dr. Vindya Prasad recently met with Magistrate Shivani Lalaram, judicial representatives, and officials from the Child Care and Protection Agency and the Sexual Offenses and Domestic Violence Policy Unit to discuss initiatives' implementation. Their talks focus on strengthening partnerships in areas like drug rehabilitation and mental health treatment to better address the country's social challenges. The Mental Health Court was first announced early this year by Acting Chancellor of the Judiciary, Madam Justice Yonit Cummings Edwards, who highlighted that traditional legal procedures often fail to consider the unique needs of individuals with mental health conditions. This initiative is part of a broader effort to prioritize mental health in Guyana's national agenda. Stay tuned, more Ignite news coming your way after this break.
Fuel it up and drive, Super 95, tune up. Fuel it up and drive, Super 95, tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Welcome back to Ignite News. 63 students and teachers from Region 5 have graduated from the Youth Engage 592 Leadership Training Program, hosted by the Guyana Center for Civic Engagement and funded by the U.S. Embassy in Georgetown. The 3-month program included 53 students and 10 teachers from 7 secondary schools, including Novar, Bushlot, Rosignol, and Fort Wellington. Participants received training in civic engagement, ethical leadership, conflict resolution, and volunteerism, along with civic engagement kits and a digital copy of the Constitution of Guyana to deepen their understanding of civic responsibility. The program was led by the Center's Director, Deodat Prasad, along with a team of coordinators. In his keynote speech, University of Guyana lecturer Firoz Khan reminded graduates that this batch is not the end, it's the beginning. Director Prasad encouraged participants to carry their leadership lessons into their communities, saying they have not just learned leadership, they've lived it. As the program expands to Region 10, the center continues its mission to build civic-minded youth leaders across Guyana. Chairman of the Region 3 Private Sector Inc., Halim Khan, is calling for increased action to address Venezuelan threats to Guyana's territorial integrity and sovereignty. Despite the ruling of the International Court of Justice, ICJ, rejecting any move by Venezuela to illegally hold elections on May 25th to select a governor for Essequibo, the country's leader, Nicolas Maduro, has threatened to go ahead with its provocative action. Khan has urged the government to boost the capacity of citizens to stand against Venezuela's aggression.
We must act now to ensure our readiness. The establishment of a more robust and responsive Joint Services Task Force is not just necessary, it is urgent. It will stand as both a deterrent and a symbol of Guyana's unshakable resolve.
He emphasized the need for targeted training and capacity building across national sectors and advocated for the equipping of key personnel with authority and resources to lead in times of potential crisis. Khan further urged that visible unity and patriotism become a significant force within the country.
On May the 25th, I call on all Guyanese to line the roadways across our nation and wave the golden arrowhead with pride. Let the world see that Essequibo is Guyana, not just in law, but in spirit. Private citizens and business owners are encouraged to display the national flag prominently on their premises and participate in peaceful national demonstrations that affirm the unity and strength of the Guyanese people.
Khan said that while Venezuela's economy is in ruins, Guyana is on a path of economic, democratic, and social growth, and no foreign aggression should derail this progress. He further called for the building of public trust between the police force and citizens. He said that to safeguard our democracy and borders, we need a police force that is trusted by the people. And now is the time for leadership of the force to recommit to transparency, professionalism, and patriotism. Two of Guyana's oldest citizens were honored in Berbice this week as part of the 187th anniversary of the arrival of East Indians to British Guyana. The Indian Commemoration Trust, in collaboration with the High Commission of India, paid tribute to Harold Bisu, age 105, of Kanji, and Sumintra Saju, age 104, of number 60 village, Quarantine. Mr. Bisu was born just years after the 1913 Rose Hall massacre, where 15 sugar workers lost their lives during protests for better wages. He later worked on the Rose Hall estate, beginning as a child in Creole gang, and eventually serving as a cane cutter and bull boy, driving the cow that pulled cane punts to the factory.
On behalf of the Indian Commemoration Trust and the Indian High Commissioner of India, on this 187th anniversary of Indians that arrived in Guyana, it is a pleasure to be here today in honoring you on this occasion on your 105 years anniversary for giving service to our country and to be here with us today. We thank you very much for accepting this plaque.
In number 60 village, Sumintra Saju, a mother of 9 and a matriarch to over 300 descendants, was also honored. Born in 1921, she spent her early life working in the cane fields, molding plants, reaping cane, and weeding at Rose Hall and Port Morant estates. She continues to live independently, offering daily prayers and even sharing a bhajan during the ceremony.
On your 104th year of anniversary, we from the Indian Commemoration Trust and the Indian High Commission of India have pleasure in presenting to you this plaque and this award, right, to celebrate the 187 years of Indians that come to Guyana. So it's a pleasure for us to be here this morning on this occasion. And we thank you very much for receiving it. It is a way in honoring our parents, and you are not far from Mother's Day. And also, it is good that is the son from this village is doing the presentation.
Both elders were recognized for the contribution to Guyana's sugar industry and for preserving cultural and spiritual traditions for generations. Thank you, Sumintra Saju and Harold Bisu, for your enduring service and for being living bridges between Guyana's past and present. Ignite News will be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Ignite News on 6 at 6. Regionally, former Uruguayan President Jose Mujica, known as Pepe, has died at the age of 89. The ex-guerrilla who governed Uruguay from 2010 to 2015 was known as the world's poorest president because of his modest lifestyle. Uruguay's current president announced his predecessor's death on X, writing, "Thank you for everything you give us and for your deep love for your people." The politician's cause of death is not known, but he had been suffering from cancer. In international news, Russian President Vladimir Putin has rejected a chance to meet Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky face-to-face in Turkey, sending a lower-level delegation instead. Instead of attending the talks himself, Putin sent a delegation of aides and deputy ministers to Istanbul. Meanwhile, on a diplomatic tour of the Gulf, U.S. President Donald Trump suggested there would be little progress without a direct meeting between him and Putin. Zelensky criticized the decision, calling Putin's choice to send a decorative team a sign that the Russian leader wasn't serious about ending the war. He said he would not attend the talks either, but would send a team led by his defense minister with a mandate to discuss a ceasefire. Zelensky expressed his frustration, saying, "I feel disrespect from Russia. No meeting time, no agenda, no high-level delegation. This is personal disrespect." He made these remarks after meeting with the Turkish president in Ankara. In sports, James Anderson is set to make his return to cricket this Friday. The bowler is named in Lancashire's squad to face Derbyshire in the county championship. It is his first appearance since retiring from Test cricket last July after 188 matches and 704 wickets for England. The 42-year-old missed Lancashire's first 5 games due to a calf injury, but is now fit to play at Emirates Old Trafford. Anderson last played a county match in July 2023 when he took 7 for 35 against Nottinghamshire. His return comes as a much-needed boost for Lancashire, currently bottom of Division 2 and still chasing their first win of the season. The team's poor form recently led to the resignation of captain Keaton Jennings. Lionel Messi made his long-awaited Bay Area debut Wednesday night, drawing a solid crowd of 18,000, but it was Tadeo Andy who stole the spotlight. Andy scored twice for Inter Miami, including the equalizer in the 52nd minute, helping the team battle to a 3-3 draw with the San Jose Earthquakes. One of his goals came off a play that Messi helped set up, showing flashes of brilliance. Maximiliano Falcon also found the net for Miami, though the team continues to struggle defensively, allowing 3 or more goals in 3 of their last 4 matches. For San Jose, Christian Arango, Bo Loro, and Ian Harkes got on the score sheet. The Earthquakes remain unbeaten in their last 3. Messi nearly delivered a dramatic finish in stoppage time, but his close-range shot was denied by goalkeeper Daniel de Souza Brito. The night capped off a multi-day celebration of Messi's arrival in the Bay Area, with fans lining up hours before kickoff, gathering outside his hotel, and even hosting a block party the night before, all hoping to catch a glimpse of the football icon. And that's all for this edition of Ignite News on 6 at 6. For more stories, visit ignitenews.com or follow us on social media. Thanks for watching. I'm Rihanna Nikram. See you tomorrow for more Ignite News.